Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about curriculum picks for my kindergartner for the 2025-2026 school year. Let's get into it. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Nora and I am one of two birds. And I have been homeschooling for the last 5 years. I have a 15-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a kindergartner. My 5-year-old has been pushing to do school since last year, and so we have actually been doing some of this curriculum already. But I've sort of chosen to take it extremely slow. I don't want to rush anything. I don't want her to feel like she has to do school, because that's the beauty of what we get to do. We get to let them be kids. But since she's showing interest, I feel like I should at least have something on those days that she feels like doing it. So for reading, I've decided to do The Ordinary Parent's Guide to Teaching Reading. So someone gave me this book, and when I opened it, so before I got this book, I was doing that book, 100 Easy Lessons to Learn How to Read, or I'm not saying the title right, but if you've been around kindergarten curriculum, I'm sure you've seen it. And so it's very similar to this, but I ultimately decided to switch over because the way the words were written. So in the other book, the words have a visual component to it, which if your child is visual is probably very helpful. But since this was written correct, like written normally, I don't want to say correctly, it's not as if that is incorrect, it's just choosing to utilize the visual component to help teach your child how to read. But since this was written normally, I decided to switch over to it because it's actually very similar to what they were doing in the 100 Easy Lessons. But the other reason why I chose to switch was because it is more in depth. So instead of it just being 100 lessons, there's actually over 200 lessons inside of this book. And so this is very quick and easy. Most of it takes maybe 10 minutes to do. It's really, really, really quick, and you want it to be. So my kindergartner also attends a co-op each week. And so in that co-op, she learns about, and we'll talk about that co-op later, but she learns just different facts: English facts, math facts, science facts, history facts. Did I say science? Geography, all of those things. And because she does that and she's learning those English grammar facts, like what is a noun, what is a pronoun, things like that, I thought that it would be okay to implement this first language lessons for the well-trained mind. And so this goes through and they learn, there's copy work, there's narration, there is grammar rules in here. It's very quick. And so I like that as well, because you're getting it in there and they're learning about it. And the idea is to really just kind of get those facts in her brain, whether she really knows what she's talking about or can read and identify it. Well, actually, I mean, they do kind of identify it in here too. But I really liked it because it just kind of goes along with what she's already doing, and it's just that little extra practice. Plus it has copy work. Plus it had narration, which is a very classical thing. As you can see, it's sort of the theme with these two things. But yeah, so this takes like maybe 5 minutes. We've already started doing a few lessons and she loves it. For math, we're doing the Good and the Beautiful kindergarten math. And so I really like this because it's very open and go, and it's quick. So you have practice in here. So like for instance, this lesson here, they're maybe all together between the two, are like maybe 15 math problems that she was kind of working through, and which is actually a lot, because this is actually probably one of the heavier days, but most days it's not. Most days it is just like 5 or maybe 4 different skills that she's working on. And so, or not skills, problems that she's working on per skill. And so I like it. It's very visually beautiful. It's got these nice little pictures in it. I also like it because at the beginning of each lesson, they have a little review that they'll say, practice this if they haven't mastered it yet. And so it just keeps it spirals in some of those things that they want them to continue to remember, and just to kind of refresh their memory on things. So they don't actually need a whole lot to this. It's really just the book. And then there's actually also this little box that comes with it. It has different dice, a 1 to 6, a 7 to 12. It has equation dice in it, plus signs, let's see, equal signs, plus signs, minus signs. It has a greater than, less than sign in it. It has these counting sticks. It has these little race cars for different activities. And there's also these little game pieces for different activities. And so it just makes it a little bit more engaging for them. She really loves when she gets to use the car and drive it around on her book and do the different activities. As you can see, a lot of these picks are classical in nature. I came from a traditional setting. In fact, we took my son out of a traditional school and began homeschooling him 5 years ago. And so when we first started out, a lot of the things that I chose were more traditional based, meaning that they were more like textbook and workbook based. And there was a lot of like manipulatives and different things that I had to pull, and it just lasted a very long time. And even with my even my 10-year-old, she was in kindergarten when we started. And so she was learning how to read, and we were using Abeka. It is actually a fantastic curriculum. The only problem is that there were just so many things. There were so many little manipulatives and cards and workbooks and and it just was taking a very long time, and she just wanted to get into the books, if that makes any sense. And so I really like this because it's very open and closed. There's not a whole lot to it, like manipulative wise, and it doesn't take a long time. Okay, this whole thing, and actually we also have a handwriting program that we do that you don't see because we've already finished it and we need to do a new one, and it hasn't come in yet. So with all of that, plus we do, we review for our co-op, this all might take maybe an hour, maybe. Y'all, usually it's 30 to 45 minutes. And so at this age, that's really all that they need to do, because a lot of what they're learning is going to happen through play. And so you want them to have that not unsupervised, but I can't think of the word right now, but just that free play where they can, imagine things on their own. They can problem solve on their own. Mom is not coming in and rescuing them or helping them out, or they're not just sitting at a desk and looking at a book all day, So just keep that in mind as you're making your picks this year. You want something that's going to be, especially for this age, that's very quick, that's open and close. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. All of these picks will be down in the description so you guys can take a look. There's no like commission thing or anything with this. This is just me trying to give you guys some advice and some picks and some insight into what we're choosing for this year. In the next video, you're going to see Brittany talk about her curriculum picks for her second grader.